Video of a bizarre crash getting a lot of attention online. So this happened yesterday afternoon in Dorr Township. A driver veered off the highway and then, look at that, flew over the overpass and landed on the on-ramp. Our Susan Samples has been talking to some of the people who witnessed that firsthand. Hard to believe looking at that video. I can't imagine seeing it in person.
Right, incredible. I did talk to one guy who was behind the driver who says it was like a scene from a movie. Yeah. Incredible. You asked about the driver. Yeah. Michigan State Police say he did show signs of intoxication. He did walk away from it, by the way, though he had a deep gash on his head, I'm told. But he has a record. He has a suspended driver's license, so he shouldn't have been out there driving anyway. He has prior drug crimes charges. He also has leaving the scene of a personal injury accident and OWI and fleeing police. So he has quite a history. He's 25 years old. He's from Kalamazoo. But as I mentioned, I was talking to this fellow. I have to give a shout out to a couple people here. Mike Rodriguez, who is from Detroit Diesel ECM. What a great guy. He was on that exit ramp right there at 142nd Avenue, the Dorr exit. He was sitting on the exit ramp. He heard a thump, he says, turned around and saw this car flying through the air. Rushed across to go, onto the on-ramp there of 131 so that he could see what, help if he could. Yeah. And of course called 911 right away, then ran down into that ditch that was between the on-ramp and the highway. That's where the car ended up. He said the guy had already crawled out his back window at that point and was talking and seemed to be aware, but there was an off-duty Grand Rapids firefighter, I think, who was there, who rendered first aid, who was incredibly helpful. Everyone right there helping out. They didn't talk to the guy much about what in the world he was doing. Sure. They were just trying to help him. He did go to the hospital, but apparently non-life-threatening. MSP says they are seeking drunk driving charges against him, but that hasn't happened yet because he was injured and in the hospital. Okay. How did we get this video? Well, it was posted on social media. I mean, okay, so another shout out here because the people at Huizinga Rebuilding and Truck Parts were awesome about this. They posted it on social media. They got it on their surveillance camera. I headed down there first thing this morning and they were so kind and so generous and so thankful that this did not end badly. I mean, the guy wasn't hurt and nobody else on the road was hurt particularly. I mean, which was incredible. I mean, that's a really busy spot right there. This was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday, and somebody was telling me, it's heavy with semi-trucks, gravel trucks. They're going over that overpass all the time. And just at that very moment, there was no traffic there, thank goodness. I mean, Mike Rodriguez said that there was a full-size pickup truck with a trailer right in front of him, waiting to get off that exit ramp. And if he had turned left over that overpass, there's no question that guy would have hit him midair. But that guy turned right. Thank goodness he just happened to turn right, and therefore he was able to just fly through the air, this driver, without hitting anything. Yeah. Incredible. Incredible. Hard to believe watching that video. Yep. Susan, great insight. Thanks for that. Sure.